Welcome to Bitcoin Crypto.
We can't let anybody else find out who we are. My eyes are up here. I personally would not advise that strategy. Yeah. Bugs Bunny or Tweety Bird, how to make money in crypto.
Oh, you're killing me.
Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest crypto community in all the interwebs. My name is Ben. Every day on this channel, I'll show you how to make money in crypto. If you like money in crypto, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Guys, Bitcoin continuing to bounce around in a really tight range. We come to you live every single day at 11:51 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. A little bit late today. We obviously, usually I wouldn't say that, but we are a little bit late today. I'm leaving to go out of town, so we had some. We got a lot of our people out right now, so for different reasons, sickness or vacation or whatever it might be. So we'll be back to full strength next week. DZ will be doing the show on Monday. I'll be out of town. Be back for Around the Blockchain on Monday afternoon and back in the studio on Tuesday. Not really planning on going anywhere until the end of the month. At the end of next month, at the end of January, we are doing a meetup, a BitSquad meetup in Austin, Texas. We decided to do it in Austin. It's central to Houston and Dallas. We feel like most bang for your buck when it comes to getting some of our Texas friends into the meetup. Can't wait to do it. Can't wait to meet some of you guys. And then in February, the Thursday before the Super Bowl, we are going to be doing a meetup in LA with Wendy and Altcoin Daily. So be on the lookout for details if you are in Texas or California on that. We are really excited to get out and meet the BitSquad. You guys are like family to us, and we always love to do it. Let's go ahead and get started today. Coming in 1.44 million subscribers on YouTube. We finally ticked up. We're at 744.5 thousand, almost 750K on Twitter. Don't forget to follow us on Twitch. You guys know we're at almost 10,000 followers on Twitch, 9.7 thousand. Don't forget to check that out. We're at 2.7 million on TikTok, making some funny content over there these days. About to tick up to 400K, and you guys can also check out. Dad Jokes for the Win. This is my personal account where I take non-crypto photos. I think we posted a picture of me and my wife on the on this, didn't we? Let me refresh it real quick and see. Yeah, there it is. There's me and my wife. That's the church we got married at. So we've been married for 12 years. So shout out to the wife. All right, let's go ahead and check this out here as we move into the markets.
Can you adjust your margin just a touch?
Oh, yeah. I told Frank not to touch that.
Other way.
That way, right? That's good.
No, the other side.
Oh, the other side all the way.
There you go.
Okay. All right, we got Bitcoin coming in a little bit of a pump. It's showing down for the last 24 hours. Wasn't it lower than that yesterday? Wasn't it like 46.9 or something?
Felt like it was, but I think it might have had that pump. You know, we're 1150 at this point, so that might have been right around 1130 that happened.
Yeah, might have been. Ethereum 3,700. Ethereum holding pretty tough, all things considered, to be honest with you. We're going to look at a story with a lot of people dumping Ethereum, but is this really having a drastic effect on the price? Binance Coin at 522, Solana $1.75. I mean, you got to go outside of Tether. You got to go all the way down to in stable coins to Algorand, number 18, to find a coin that is up. Yeah, and welcome back, TJ. He was sick for a few days.
Yay, I'm here.
So, yeah, you feeling better now?
Yeah, feeling a lot better. Just needed a couple days, get it out of my system. But I feel a lot better now. Yeah.
People were wondering when it's going to get me. I'm Teflon around here, guys.
Yeah,
I'm Teflon. Bitcoin dominance coming in at 40.3%. It's ticking up. ETH dominance going down a little bit, 20%. Volume extremely low at 86 billion.
Did it go below 40? I thought I saw some.
Well, I only saw it at 40.1.
Yeah, I didn't either. I was wondering if it was like a certain website thought it, like, CoinGecko always shows it a little lower than CoinMarketCap.
Yeah.
So, because I didn't notice it go below 40 either, but I saw somebody post and say it did.
On CoinGecko, it probably did.
Yeah.
CoinGecko is a little bit lower because it's got more altcoins, so it makes sense. Somebody said try Franklin's while I'm in Austin. I've been to Franklin's. Me and Jay Chains went there. Quick funny story. I'm at Franklin's and I'm eating a rib, and the ribs there are so good. You got to wait in line like 3 hours to get in. And we sat there, and I go to take a bite off my rib, and the entire rib, all the meat falls off the bone while I'm eating it, splashes in the barbecue sauce. And if you've been to Franklin's, you sit around strangers, barbecue sauce goes all over the guy next to me. And he turns around, and he looks at me, and I'm just sitting there with an empty bone. Like, what do I do? So anyways, that is a good place. Market cap coming in at $2.28 trillion. Biggest gainers of the day, if anything's up, probably Near Protocol. That's about all that's usually up. No, it's actually not up for the last 24 hours, surprisingly. We got Gnosis, an oldie but a goodie. Algorand, Celsius, XDC Network, Monero with a pump out of nowhere here. And you know what the interesting thing is? Almost everything that pumped today is up for the week. That's interesting, isn't it?
That is interesting.
That everything that's pumped today is up for the week.
What is that?
But if you go to the week for the top 20 coins, you got to go all the way, basically number 18 and Near Protocol's all the way at 24.
Wow.
That is insane. Wow. Anyways, you got to go all the way. Basically, there's 3 in the top 30 that are up for the week. So interesting stuff. And I do want to say a reminder, you guys, to make sure to check out the playerslounge.io. This is the DGD Mafia. This is for Georgia Bulldogs. These go directly to support the athletes on the football team. Really excited about this. I think this launches, it's January 9th. January 9th that it launches. Going down there to check out the Georgia game. So if Georgia beats Michigan over the weekend, hopefully this launch is going to go really well. If they win a national championship, I'm sure it will. But I think this is a really cool idea. And you guys know we are the channel of the people. We like to help people. That's what we like to do. This is something that's really cool because this is going to help college athletes and support your local colleges. If you're a fan of an SEC school, Ohio State, Texas, Oregon, USC, any of the big college programs around the United States, you should be very interested in how this goes. And you guys should want this to do well. Could be coming to your school next. I went and had lunch with Aaron Murray yesterday and the whole team there. So really excited to, maybe in the partner future with them on this, or maybe in the future partner with them on this, as we think this is a huge, big idea considering all the NIL stuff in the NCAA. So support this. We're definitely going to be supporting it, buying some of these NFTs. So pretty cool stuff there. All right, let's move on to Q&A.
Yeah, let's jump into
stop with all the Go Blue stuff. We love people from Michigan, but I don't like your football team this weekend.
Right. We got to get that UGA win, go to the national championship.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is our year.
It's our year.
If they screw it up now.
Go Dogs.
All right, let's do some Q&A.
Okay.
Real quick, thoughts on your favorite stable coin and why?
Favorite stable coin? USDC. That's what we like to use. It's the most stable, and it's going to, in the long run, probably become the digital dollar. So why not use it? Tether, there's just too much movement against Tether. Eventually, Tether will probably fold, or so something eventually will happen to Tether. And I don't mean like all of a sudden if you got money in Tether, you're going to lose it. I think you'll have time to move it out. I don't think it's going to be anything sudden overnight. But I think there's too much backlash against Tether. And Tether was started out very sketchy. There's no question about it. So we just like USDC. I don't love Coinbase. I don't hate Coinbase either. I like the convenience of it. Uncle Brian up there does a pretty good job, but sometimes he says some crazy stuff too. So they're definitely rolled in with the financial cartel, the crypto cartel, and digital currency group. So it is what it is. But we roll with USDC around here. We use Tether too, but we prefer USDC.
And I would say one part of why we use it so much is because it's on the most platforms where we need it. We're seeing more and more USDC and slowly Paxos sliding into that discussion where you see those things used a lot. Here's kind of another question on that same topic, something that an audience member asked, and I'd be curious to hear your opinion. There are stables in other currencies. We obviously here in the U.S. think a lot about stables to the dollar. But if we think, they're going to, the U.S. economy is going to be hit, we think the dollar is going to be strengthening. So that's why we like to have it in the U.S. dollar stable coins. But they were asking about the potential of maybe getting it with Swiss francs or whatever their currency are. There's a couple that have backing to other more stable currencies over time. What do you think? It's obviously a very advanced strategy, but what is your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think for Americans, for most of us, we're just not as well versed with the other currencies around the world.
Yeah, because you're getting into Forex a lot with that. Trading
exactly. If you got a lot of experience in Forex, you probably know how to move it around. To me, that's just too complicated.
Yeah,
to me, it's either move it in crypto or move it into dollars. Maybe move it in. There's gold-backed stable coins if you want to go that route. There are some other routes. I would prefer to move into something that is backed by a basket of assets.
Right.
That's backed by physical or precious metals like gold or silver. Gold being a little more stable than silver, I believe. There's
Mhm.
suppression manipulation in both markets, though. Also, you could consider, obviously we have stable coins that are backed by the price of Ethereum or the price of Bitcoin. I mean, we have some stable coins that are pegged to prices of crypto. So you could use those as well. I would do all that before I would get into, investing in the stability of currencies around the world. Because if we really move to deflation in the United States, which I do believe that we will at some point, if we, or if we have some kind of black swan event, like look what happened with the pandemic, all of the currencies around the world weakened at the same time.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I agree. That's good advice. Colby Nelson was wondering, have we ever done any yield farming?
yeah, we've definitely done yield farming.
Tons.
Over last summer, we did a lot of different yield farming videos. Some of it worked out well, some of it didn't work out well. We more fall on the side of just staking with Celsius. You can do that at bitboycrypto.com. Staking with Cardano. You can get to our Cardano pool. We're opening up a lot more staking pools. Cartesi, Avalanche in the works. I think we have a one-chain node. We're more into staking than the yield farming. The yield farming it takes for when you're like the size of our operation, it's a little difficult to just say, oh, we'll just move to this platform and yield farm.
Yeah.
Whereas for you as a user, you have advantage. You're probably more flexible, more fluid to be able to do something like that. So yield farming is a great way to get returns. The key is when you're yield farming, you have to make sure that you're mining an appreciating asset, not a depreciating asset. Oftentimes when you yield farm smaller projects, as you're yield farming them and cashing it out, everyone's doing that too. And that has a negative effect on the price. And you're really just sitting still. So that's why I say if you're going to yield farm, do it with some of the bigger projects.
Yeah, I agree. The trick is you got to watch it very closely.
Absolutely.
And when you're doing a lot of different things like us, it makes it tough. But there's a lot of opportunities there for sure.
For sure.
Last question. Do you have any thoughts on Spell token? I know it's been pumping a lot lately.
To be honest with you, I don't know much about Spell. I believe this is similar to Axie Infinity, right? It is a gaming token, abracadabra.money. You guys can see here, it allows users to produce magic internet money. Looks like a little bit of a game. Just don't know much about Spell. Maybe we can check it out. Are those numbers legit?
Yeah.
4,600 viewers, 812 likes.
Everybody's on vacation.
Everybody's on vacation today. So if you could do us a favor, make sure to stop what you're doing, hit the like button, X out of the live chat if you're watching on mobile, come hit the like button, then go back into the chat. It's a little tricky if you're on your phone, if you're watching on smart TV. Bottom left-hand corner screen, more actions, more options, and then make sure to come back and hit that like button. So helps us out tremendously when you guys do that. More people see the video, we get better engagement in the chat. Guys, if you think Michigan's going to run against Georgia, you're going to have another thing coming. I'm not saying Michigan can't win. I'm just saying Michigan going to have to throw the ball. They're not going to be able to. Alabama couldn't run against us. Nobody can run against us. So we'll see what happens. All right, moving over here to the charts. Look, guys, the charts are not super sexy. Look, there's nothing to be concerned about, in my opinion, right now with Bitcoin. We've been trading in the same tight box between about 52,000 and 45,000 for quite some time. There's Sir Vix. He's in here. Well, welcome, Sir Vix. Thank you for being in here. But we've been in a really tight range for a while now. Now, on the weekly chart, here, you can see that we've been bouncing off this line of support that goes all the way back to last year. In a couple days, we can say 2 years ago. But right now, we've been on a downtrend. We're kind of at this spot where we're at the bottom of a downtrend, but we also have a long-term uptrend going on. And when you look at the weekly chart, it's pretty interesting to me. I mean, this chart is really nothing to be concerned about for a weekly chart. I mean, look, it goes up, down, up higher, down. Right now, what we're looking at for this entire bull run are higher highs and higher lows. Nothing to be concerned about right now. If we were to drop, back down below, back under 40,000, like I've told you guys before, I would be very concerned about that and would consider selling. A lot of people are saying 39K is also very strong support. So, maybe we amend that to 39K and see what happens if there is a wick. But what we're seeing here is very interesting. Is on market Cipher B, right now you have this VWAP, which is curving back up. This yellow VWAP,
yes? Have to pull that up a bit.
Pull the whole thing?
Yeah. There you go.
Okay. Is that good?
Well, yeah. I mean, you can see it. You're
Well,
talking about
no,
the yellow?
I like to show the dates and everything.
Okay.
I just say have the whole thing up there. Oh, well, we got the delay fixed. There was a delay for a while yesterday, but we got fixed. So, anyways, this VWAP, which is the yellow here on Market Cipher B, whenever this crosses the 0 line, that's when you get these green dots. Okay. The point here is there is a strong chance that we are going to print a green dot on Market Cipher B, not a large green dot, a small green dot on the weekly. There's never been a large green dot on the weekly. So a small green dot. Look at the last times that we printed those. We had one right there. Go all the way back here. So, in a bull run, when you print these things, they tend to move. This one, not so much. This one, pretty good. So that's what we're waiting for on the weekly chart. Looking at the daily chart here, you can see that we are still in this tight range over here. And the money flow not really necessarily cooperating with us. The money flow, it looked like it was curving back up here, red to green, but then it dipped back down again. So we've got the VWAP and the money flow down here in the negative. We need those to turn back up. There is a chance, guys, just be prepared. There certainly is a chance at some point that we come back down to this wick. If you go to the May crash, for instance, you guys know we came all the way down here on this huge wick. We basically wicked down several times after that to about the same range. So definitely something to watch, definitely something to pay attention to. We're going to have an all trading channel coming out for you guys very soon. So, definitely be on the lookout for that. Probably in the next 2 weeks, we're going to have that going. 4-hour chart, by the way, we did print a large green dot down here. So could be a little bit of hope that we're going to break out of this. Good chance that we move up, hit that, come back down, and then we break it out, break up, or break down. So that's really what's going on with the charts right now. So moving over here to the news, top news of the day. So did somebody say green dots don't work?
I don't think so.
Nobody said that?
I didn't. Oh, James Bly did.
Oh, he said ha, ha, ha. So he must be joking.
Of course.
You must be joking. Sorry. I'm not going to go on that rant again. Yeah, let me tell you what I'm kind of thinking. What I'm kind of thinking is I think there's a chance, and this is just fundamentally, there's a chance that we see Bitcoin after tomorrow's close in the morning for Deribit and the futures close for the year. You got the monthly, the quarter, and the yearly. I think Bitcoin's going to be free to run one way or the other. So we'll have to see what happens, but I think tomorrow is going to be a pretty important day. Microstrategy purchases 1,914 Bitcoin, now holds almost $6 billion in crypto. Company's holdings are valued at roughly $5.9 billion, representing more than 2.1 billion in gains from its initial purchase. You guys can see this. Here is from Michael Saylor, still sticking with the laser eyes. You were asking me, TJ, who sticks with the laser eyes? It's Michael Saylor.
100%.
MicroStrategy's purchased an additional 1,914 Bitcoin for $94.2 million in cash at an average price of $49,229 per Bitcoin. As of 12/29, they hodl 124.4 thousand Bitcoin. The biggest holder out there, I believe, at least from a corporate perspective,
publicly disclosed.
Publicly disclosed, yeah. So,
well, it's Grayscale, right?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
They're number 2.
Yeah, they're number 2. Hey, that's what Michael Saylor does. He makes you forget about everything.
Yeah.
He makes you forget about what's logical.
I saw an interesting tweet. I wanted to hear what your opinion was on it because I tend to agree. Like, I like a lot of the stuff that Michael Saylor says. Like he's very on point with a lot of his ideology and thoughts, but it is a little bit over the head of a lot of kind of everyday people. And somebody said, if you add the sentence, if you're already rich, to everything Michael Saylor says, it makes a whole lot of sense. And I think that is true. It's a lot of asset allocation, best long-term store of value, different types of things. It's not like, how do I get enough money to pay off my house and get out of debt? So it's a very different mindset to be in. So that was just an interesting take I heard on a lot of his kind of pontifications, I guess you could say.
Well, there's a large portion of people out there that really relate to him. I mean, we tend to agree with most of what he says.
Yeah.
I think that he cares about crypto. My one concern about Michael Saylor is he just sounds like everybody else that's new into crypto and has made a bunch of money in a short period of time. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, he was very rich before Bitcoin.
Right.
It's not like he went from not having money to this, okay? He's certainly richer because of Bitcoin. But some of the stuff he says and you know, holding through bear markets and, oh, you know, we're not going to try to make gains on the money. We're just going to hold on to it. It's because he, you know, it just seems very commonplace for people that are, you know, within a year or 2 years into crypto to think like it's just going to go up forever. And it usually doesn't. Now, look, it's time to talk about this. Maybe it does go up forever.
Long term.
No, I mean, maybe there is no bear market. Maybe there's not. Maybe he's right. Maybe it will always go up from here on out. Now, you'll have dips. Maybe there will be no more cycles. Maybe so. That's kind of what he said he believes, which we've disagreed with forever. But who knows at this point?
Mm-hmm.
We're going back to the drawing board. We're really trying to look at all these theories and figure out what we think going forward, because what we thought was going to happen did not happen. It did not happen. So somebody else is right. So we're going to figure out who that person is and ride with them. But I mean, you know, if Michael Saylor buys enough Bitcoin to keep, like, can he buy enough Bitcoin to keep it from dropping to certain numbers?
I mean, at a certain level, when we're at this size of a market, pretty much. I mean, maybe not him alone, but him. That was one of the things that got my attention early on. He was doing an interview with, you know, probably somebody from CNBC or something like that. And he said, all your charts, all your metrics, all your theoretical numbers go out the window if me and a few of my billionaire buddies just decide to all go buy Bitcoin. Like, all your thesis is gone, you know, and it's a good point, you know. So they could hold it up. And I still hold out to see what happens by March. If they really do stop printing, like, that will tell a lot about what the market's going to do after the Fed isn't propping it up.
Yeah.
But
I do think that is the thing that can throw the biggest wrench into anyone's theories or plans.
Of course,
is what happens with the overall economy in the next year. And that was, you know, what we were thinking was going to happen at the end of this year, and it didn't happen. So instead we got them, you know, delaying interest rate cuts and stuff like that. So, all right, let's move on here. Ethereum technical indicator has reached extreme oversold levels,
which is good.
Very good for Ethereum. This means this could be a great price point to jump in at. But keep in mind, during bull runs, it tends to stay overbought for the whole bull run, and in bear markets, it tends to stay oversold for a big, significant portion of time. So this doesn't necessarily mean it's going to go up from here, but historically, this would be a good time to look at getting Ethereum. We could get one more Bitcoin drop, one more big plummet down. We could test the bottom of that wick, and if that's the case, Ethereum will drop. But if that's not the case, then this could be, you know, your last great buy point for Ethereum. Is Ethereum and the crypto market in general are continuously losing their value due to a global correction? Some indicators suggest that the asset enters the extremely oversold zone. The RSI indicator is one of the most popular tools used by traders for determining the actual trend strength, stability, and the possibility of a reversal. The indicator is also being used to determine divergences on the market that allow investors to see a potential reversal before it actually happens. So basically, when you have these low points here or the high points on the RSI, these tend to be peaks and valleys for Bitcoin. We are down here, as you guys can see, or with Ethereum as well. See, with Ethereum, we bottomed possibly right here. This is the lowest the RSI has been for quite some time. This is the one-day chart. So, you know, in about 2 or 3 months, whenever an asset enters the indicator's zone above 70, the asset is being marked as overbought. Whenever the RSI shows a value below 30, the asset is considered oversold. According to the indicator's data on Ethereum's 4-hour chart, the asset has entered into the extremely oversold boundary by moving below values of 30. Now, we were to pull up the 4-hour chart here for Ethereum. You guys can see here on Market Cipher B, it makes this process very easy for you. Basically, down here, it just shows the RSI, and it shows if it is green, then it is oversold. If it is red, then it is overbought. Overbought means good chance it goes down. Oversold means good chance that it goes up, because this is a good buy point. You can see we had the triple green dot formation on the Ethereum chart. Of course, we did have some yellow X's for manipulation. This tends to be near bottoms. So interesting stuff. Additionally to that, you also had Justin Sun. Justin Sun deposited almost $600 million worth of Ethereum to Binance.
Wow.
So, I mean, could he have been holding the price back a little bit? Maybe not, though. Data on the chain shows that Justin Sun is frequently deposited ETH into Binance. While the transacted amount of Ether could be considered significant, it has still only made up less than 20% of the average trading volume. God, 20% though? That's a big amount. According to the market data, Ethereum's lost 22% of its value, yada, yada. The long and the short of it, it doesn't seem like Justin Sun was necessarily dumping this and affecting the price. Look, here's the truth. The truth is, a whale can send money into an exchange and can sell it off slowly over a long period of time, over a month or 2 or 3 months, and even $600 million worth of ETH sold over 3 months won't dump the market, depending on how much it's done in a daily period or, or whatever. So just because he sold it off doesn't mean he dumped the market, but, this is how dumping the market does work, is that if he sold all 600 million of that at one time for another, for a stable coin or for Bitcoin or another project, have a dramatic effect on the Binance market. So this story I made fun of last night. I made fun of this story. I mean, like, this is how you know that the crypto news is just all the crypto news writers out there are packed it in for the rest of the year,
Yeah. We're seeing a lot of that right now. People are in vacation mode.
This was the biggest story on all the crypto news sites last night. The biggest story. It was $2 million worth of Matic tokens stolen by hacker before Polygon's recent upgrade. That was not it. I mean, that's $2 million, a drop in the bucket. It was this, actually. Polygon upgrade quietly fixes bug that put $24 billion of Matic at risk. So let me break the story down for you here. The story is, there was almost some money that could potentially have been stolen, but it was fixed, so nothing happened. That's the biggest story right now. Think about that, guys. Luckily, Michael Saylor bought some Bitcoin this morning, so put it out. So at least that gave us something to talk about today. But to me, this story is not really that big of a deal for Polygon. Yeah, 24 billion could have been at risk, but it wasn't.
Fixed it. Yeah,
they fixed it. The bug is fixed. They did a fork and they fixed it. There was $2 million stolen in an unrelated incident. Stolen. I said stoled. Stoled. From Polygon in an unrelated incident. Okay. But the fact is, when this is your biggest story, this shows you just how much things have really dried up, in the short term here. And, basically a little bit about the story here. All you need to know about the recent Polygon network update. And I'm glad they disclosed it. It was good for them to disclose it, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And, it makes them look like they did the right thing, which they did.
But the article is definitely sensationalized.
100%.
Yeah.
A security partner discovered a vulnerability. Fix was immediately introduced. Validators upgraded the network. No material harm to the protocol and users. White hats were paid a bounty. So, I mean, that's what it boils down to. Polygon is one of our biggest hits of the entire year. I mean, Polygon is one of the biggest movers. We were telling you to buy Solana when it was, down less than $10. We were telling you to buy Polygon when it was at its lows as well, which I don't know what its lows were. I mean, probably somewhere in the 10-cent range, I think.
Well, you'll always, how in crypto, you always remember like the first time you heard about a project. If I'd only bought it then. Anytime I think of Matic or Polygon, I always think of Zombie standing outside of Consensus telling us
100%. I think about plasma side change. You got to buy this.
I think it's going to go to a penny. I'm going to hold this one. And it was at like a 1/10 of a penny or a 1/5 of a penny at the time.
I was at 4 cents at the beginning of this year.
Yeah. Wild.
We were telling you January, February back then, we were telling you. So, look, here's the thing. Timelines don't always come to fruition, but in general, these projects always go to where we say they're going to go eventually. And I think Polygon is a great example of that. So, all right, moving on here. We have, and here was a story about Shiba Inu holds the largest token position as Uniswap replaces Matic as the most traded token by whales, which was interesting. So Shiba is the biggest position of tokens by Ethereum whales, but Uniswap has now replaced Polygon as the most traded token. And I tell you, I was very tempted to put Uniswap as one of my top coins for 2022. I didn't do it. It didn't go on there. But this was one that I heavily considered. And seeing this makes me even more bullish on it. So I would definitely try to check that out. All right, back to XRP here. If you're in the XRP army, throw your X up. Make sure to hashtag XRP army in here. GOPO says XRP is going to be delisted. What a great amount of insight there. We don't, where, when, give us some details. Don't just say a general statement. Bitcoin is a scam. You know, same thing. XRP users move funds away from exchanges as inflows on crypto market increase. XRP whales move their funds away from exchanges. Almost like they were trying to make sure that the price did not dump. Interesting. Trying to hold some support. XRP whales are moving their funds away from exchanges as inflows on the crypto market increase in general. First transaction shared by whale tier transaction tracker Whale Alert appeared 3 hours. There's the XRP army. Press time with 162 million XRP being moved from the Nexo exchange. The large transaction appeared only a few hours before the asset spiked down by 4.3%. After the large transfer, exchange's hot wallet holds only 2 million XRP coins. Very interesting. That was from Whale Alert. The second less significant transaction was worth 11 million. Both transactions were made during the large inflows trend when users have been moving the major part of their funds to exchange addresses. Binance has reported 7,000 BTC reserves to increase as 65,000 BTC have been sent to exchange hot wallets. Unfortunately for holders, a stable exchange flow does not help XRP to continue trading above 90 cents, which is sad. We were excited to see it go up above $1, hopefully, and it didn't happen. So it happened briefly. It came back down, but I mean, it's a big psychological number. Coming here and looking at XRP, take a look here. XRP coming in at 85 cents or 84 cents. You guys can see the last 7 days have not been kind after peaking out about a week ago. And I mean, guys, I've got renewed hope that this is going to end in January. I do have renewed hope for this SEC settlement. There's no project out there more contingent upon a result of something than right now. As we do need this SEC case to be over for sure. But I have renewed hope that we are going to see that pretty soon. We do have Brad Garlinghouse that said he did believe in January that this could possibly be over. GasDow project forms to airdrop tokens to Ethereum users that spent $1,559 in fees. So look, guys, if you had gotten the SOS airdrop or you had gotten some of the, like imminently, you're saying?
No.
Okay. The airdrop from SOS token, you would have done very well with that. It has dropped considerably since you got the airdrop, but that was for users of OpenSea. Now this is GasDow project. If you paid $1,559 in fees, man, we should be getting a lot of these. A new type of airdrop has been very popular during the last quarter of 2021, as DAOs have been distributing lots of value to existing crypto users. GasDow airdrops tokens to users that spent $1,559 before the snapshot. And so here's the point. There are a lot of places that you can go in order to try to get these free airdrops, but you have to be careful with these free airdrops as well, because sometimes you open yourself up to vulnerabilities if you're seeking them out. If they come to you and you go in your wallet and they're there, that's great. If you move stuff around to certain wallets to get snapshots, usually you're okay there, but be careful with any airdrop that wants you to click any link. It's probably a scam, so you got to be safe.
And seems like the latest marketing tactic for companies to airdrop all their users. And, you know, we've seen some companies do it well, some, do it not so well, kind of being one, Uni, I would say, being one of the biggest success stories. But we've seen things like Bomb Token and other one, there was Kick and other ones that show up in everybody's wallet, but that aren't that good and just kind of fade away. One thing that I thought was funny about this story, I don't know if you saw this, but the GasDow token, after they released it to everybody, ironically became the #1 burner of gas on Ethereum network that day.
1559 comes from EIP 1559.
Yeah,
so
it was funny.
Gas. Very interesting. Yeah, Songbird token was another airdrop.
There's a lot right now.
We talked about this story yesterday. I'm not going to really go over it too much. Robinhood to roll out crypto wallets in January of next year, which is in a few days. This is basically where you're going to be able to self-custody self-custody the same way you self-custody on Coinbase. It's not 100% self-custody, but this could be big. I mean, we could see a lot of movement from Robinhood to crypto exchanges, and we could possibly read that as bearish because you might have a bunch of inflows. It could be people just moving, trying to get more ownership of their own crypto. So very interesting to check that out. So we'll see what happens here. Last story of the day, then we're going to wrap up. Crypto makes history in 2021. 5 instances of governments embracing digital assets. El Salvador, obviously, as the first country in the world to adopt Bitcoin as legal tender. The UAE, CZ's new home. I'm telling you guys, Middle East is going to be big for Binance. Pay attention there. We also CZ, what a character! What a
That's
character!
hilarious.
CZ. In the Bahamas, he wears Bermuda shorts.
Where's
Middle
the
East,
hoodie?
he wears traditional Middle Eastern wear. Number 3, Canada, crushing the global Bitcoin ETF race. They've been approving them there much faster than anywhere else. And also, Binance just made legal again in Canada, I believe. I think I saw that. And then there was another Canadian story. Something else big happened in Canada over the last few days. Can't remember what it was. Singapore, crypto is investment in a prospective future. And then Gibraltar will be the next target for Huobi exchange. So a lot of stuff happened in 2021, guys. This is going to be our last live stream of the year. 2021 and 2020 have been great years for me, the BitSquad, our families, a lot of really good stuff. Be on the lookout in 2022 for things to drastically change here at BitBoy Crypto, as we are always improving quality, always improving the education, the information. Our mission is to empower people to find financial freedom through crypto assets. And if you think we did that in 2021, you haven't seen anything yet. We're going bigger than ever before. Can't wait to do it. So happy New Year's to you and your family. That's all I got. Be blessed. BitBoy out.